He had a great season for the Red and Black. His tight end, Gavin Escobar, spending some time with us here on Extra Sports 1360 this afternoon. Gavin, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Was it cool to? I know it's cool to get camp underway, but to do it at night, getting that thing going at 7:00 and going until about 9:30 or so, especially on what was yesterday a very hot day. Was it good to do it under the lights?
Oh yeah, it was really exciting to get the first practice underway, and being under the lights is nice. It's a little cooler at night, and pretty exciting. Is
Coach Long gonna have you guys practice mostly at night this fall, or are there going to be some practices where you guys are out there in the morning and the early afternoon?
Well, we have 2 a day, so we'll be out there in the morning and then the afternoon, but mostly it'll be in the evening, night practices.
Gavin, as I said, and we're talking with Gavin Escobar, tight end for the San Diego State University Aztecs, who got camp going last night. You're going to be looked upon to have an even bigger season than you had last year, and I think you really came into your own last year as a sideline reporter for the Aztecs on the radio. I get a view of you up close and personal every single game, and you have absolutely become a bona fide weapon, not only for the Aztecs offense, but I think people nationally are looking at you like, wow, this is one of the best tight ends in the game today. You feel that way?
Yeah, I just try and come in every game and just do the best I can to help the team. So, when Ryan threw in the ball last year, I just do whatever I can to help the team.
Gavin, tell us a little bit about the arm of Ryan Katz, and what is it like compared to Ryan Lindley?
You can't compare Ryan Lindley's arm. He's got a great arm, but Katz has got a great arm too. He's not as doesn't throw it as hard, but he's also a little more mobile too. Can get out of the pocket, but he's still got a good arm. Which is good.
Gavin, what made you choose San Diego State coming out of Rancho Santa Margarita?
It was close to home, and I really didn't have too many or any other Division I offers. So
he's Gavin Escobar, Aztecs tight end. Gavin, tell us about your ability to block and your ability to receive, and which of those would you rather be doing? Would you rather just be a catch guy and looking pretty catching the ball, or do you enjoy blocking as well?
I enjoy blocking. I have more experience in receiving. I was a receiver in high school, so I think receiving comes naturally to me. But blocking is something that I've gotten better at, and I've grown to like, and it's fun to be in there with the linemen and getting physical.
Gavin Escobar with us here on the Drive on Extra Sports 1360. The Aztecs opening up fall camp last night up there on Montezuma Mesa. Gavin, they've got you listed at 6'6", about 260 now. How big were you when you arrived at San Diego State as a freshman?
Oh, I was probably the same height, 6'6", 6'5", and I was 220, 225 on a good day.
So, we can tell you've put your time in the weight room. Is that something, has it been easy for you to pack on the muscle and the pounds, or have you really had to work at it?
I really had to work at that when I first got here, but I mean, it's just become naturally, I think. I think I just grew into my body a little bit more and eating more, so working hard in the weight room, just helping put on the weight.
Gavin, you have some new competition in the Mountain West Conference. You have some big games on the road as well, including Washington, Fresno State, Nevada. Are there any games in particular throughout this season that you circled and that you're specifically looking forward to?
Well, I have a team we circled Washington State because obviously that's our first game, and that's just what we're focused on right now. We're not really looking into the future into any other games, but I've heard it's hard to play in Fresno State, so that should be a tough game, as well as Nevada and Boise and Wyoming. So those are all tough places to play, but we're focused on Washington right now.
Having spent many a late fall, early winter afternoon in Laramie, Wyoming, it is no picnic, but the Aztecs road schedule really not as difficult as in years past. Fresno's close, Nevada, Reno is close. Obviously, getting up to Washington State, Washington. In Seattle, you're staying on the West Coast. Gavin, have you thought, though, about the move next year and getting out of the Mountain West Conference and getting to the Big East?
We haven't really thought about it that much. We kind of just focused on this year in the Mountain West, but it should be a little different going back east a lot more next year.
Gavin, there's another pretty good tight end here in San Diego. He goes by the name of Antonio Gates. Tell me about the tight ends in the NFL and maybe guys that have retired that you love watching that play the same position as you.
Oh yeah, Antonio Gates is a great guy I like watching recently. But growing up, I think I liked watching Jeremy Shockey because Giants was my team to watch when I was younger, and Tony Gonzalez too, probably my favorite.
Gavin, what are some of the areas that you're looking to work on as camp gets underway and you start working towards that first game of the year against the Huskies? What are some areas you think you've got to improve upon?
I'm trying to focus more on my blocking because we had Bryce Quigley last year. He did majority of blocking, and he moved to tackle now, so he's going to help us there. So I think all of us tight ends are going to focus on blocking a little bit.
Well, Gavin, that basketball program at San Diego State is pretty good as well. In fact, it's recognized as electrifying throughout the country. Does a basketball program like that's garnered so much national attention really help all programs at San Diego State?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It just brings more recognition to the university, and it just brings more respect for all the programs at San Diego State. I think it's great.
Gavin Escobar, tight end for the Aztecs, with us here on the Drive on Extra Sports 1360. Gavin, talk about Rocky Long as your head coach. He's a guy who doesn't pull any punches, doesn't mix any words. He's very black and white, wears his heart on his sleeve. What's it like having him as the head coach of the Aztecs?
Coach Long is great. You know, we had him here before as defensive coordinator, so we all kind of, or at least the older players, know him pretty good. And he's a tough guy, and he's pretty straightforward with you. You know, he'll tell you what's what, and he'll be honest with you, which is, I think, is really great as a player.
Well, we are all excited. Camp is underway for the Red and Black, and we're sitting here with bated breath waiting for that first game up in Seattle against the Huskies. I really appreciate the time this afternoon. Have a great camp, and we're looking forward to what you can do this season.
All right, thanks for having me.